will it develop manners from your friendship? Will a solid romantic relationship or life partnership develop from a friendship that you both have with each other? The friendship, the contact you have also on this level, even if it's an F+ that you have with each other. And there you ask yourself the question, somehow a little more has already developed for me. And now I would really like to know, is there anything at all? Yes, great. Can he imagine it, or how is there a development? Or does it remain a friendship? Or might the friendship even fall apart again? But we are now staying on the topic of whether your friendship has the potential for a solid life partnership, whether there will be any development from something solid, stable, and not just friendship or F+. Let's take a look at that now. And a very warm hello to all of you, a big hug and a huge galactic thank you. I was totally surprised. I saw that some of you sent me a super thanks and even twice out, which made me think, wow. I really had to look closely because I thought, my goodness, how sweet is that? So beautiful. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that, and a big hug. But the hug goes to all of you. I was so incredibly happy about it, and thank you very, very much again. And I will also thank each and every one of you again in the comments. Yes, thank you also for all your heartfelt and lovely comments again. It is so wonderfully, wonderfully beautiful, so sweet. You are absolutely adorable, truly. I can't help but hold you dear to my heart. I must hold you dear to my heart. There's no other way. Well, my dears, let's take a look now, and we'll capture the energy of the present, the most present energy that wants to reveal itself. And let's take a look at that now. Collective reading, the person cards are gender neutral. This is definitely your counterpart, both male and female. This is you. I've already set them aside for now. And collective readings can't apply to everyone, but you pick out what suits you. And even if in readings it shows that there are problems or anything else, it's okay. Not everyone can resonate with the energy if he currently has no problems, and that's completely fine. Or if there are no problems at work, or it's completely okay. As I said, we are in a collective. So my dear ones, let's take a look now. Whether from a friendship, from your friendship, something more develops into a relationship between you. And we'll take a look. So I have to honestly say again, because I just noticed again, I have my, not here where I'm pointing. I mean, my face. My eyes are looking here, and it's like this when I shuffle here, for example, you can't see it in there anymore. And when I briefly glance at the laptop, then I see you don't see it anymore. So as I said, I'm not always here on the... Please excuse me. Let's assume you can see what I'm showing here. I'm not always so completely focused on the laptop, on the monitor. Now here, focused. But I'm doing all of this live for you. Okay, the energy. Will your special someone, will your friendship become more, will more develop from it concerning you? And we'll take a look at that. I would like to say again, I read this question in the comments because I always ask, you can very, very gladly write your questions in the comments, and I will address them one by one. So I have 2 other questions written down here on my note, and I found this question very good as well, whether a friendship will turn into a steady relationship, And as I said, please feel free to continue writing to me in the comments, even if you have suggestions for a question for the collective, very, very gladly. And of course, I write all of this down. Now let's look at the bottom of the deck. So it's already starting off interesting. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And with the Wheel of Fortune, now something is timely. So regarding the question, the connection of your friendship, whether a solid life partnership will develop between the two of you. A change is being shown, which we will of course also see. But now something is really timely. And somehow it seems your loved one already has some unresolved issues, but is in the process of overcoming them. That he comes into harmony with himself. So there is something here that needs to come into harmony. It could also be that you have your own issues, that you need to come into harmony with yourself. But we are focusing on him right now because for you, it's actually clear you want something more solid, something stable here, out of friendship into a committed relationship. And I would say, let's hand this over to your loved one. There are somehow these unresolved issues. But here, I would say in the turning point to overcome everything here. Yes, I have a bit of a small paralysis here every now and then in terms of energy. But a turning point, a change is definitely indicated. And yes, it is also, I would say here, increasingly perhaps that your counterpart comes into harmony with themselves. Because now the time is ripe, so we have some movement, a change, which already looks very good. What else do we have? We have 8 of coins. Oh, the coins, yes. So it is like this. When we have problems here, unresolved problems that are now being tackled, we have with the 8 of coins also a bit of music, which makes you smile because the problems are being solved step by step. And something is starting here. We have the movement and something is slowly building up. But how and what? We will definitely take another look at that now. In any case, something is happening here. So I would say such a change is definitely being shown as far as friendship is concerned. But to what extent we will definitely see that, we know. We will delve deeper into that as well. So what else do we have? We have the moon. Wow, we already have the major arcana twice, okay? We have the moon. With the moon, we still have this. Here, someone no longer dares, so there's still a bit missing. We still have a bit of fear. And there is still a lack of clarity for oneself, and something is also being suppressed. We have shown the suppression and perhaps also partially something overly sensitive in reaction, maybe overly sensitive. You say, I want a little more here, and as soon as he's gone, he's barely there, he's gone again. So there is definitely something here with fears, this oversensitivity. Someone doesn't dare. Here, something is being suppressed. And maybe some have a bit of a premonition. Maybe he is still holding on to something old here, something that is a bit entrenched, stuck. But let's see, now comes the clarity. And we have the final result here. So let's take a look. What exactly is here going on with the person dear to your heart? Yes, that's how it is. This suppression is also being shown here. Here it is. You're thinking, why is she laughing now? It's just truly magnificent. What's already being shown here, and where not all the cards have been revealed yet. And it's definitely clear to see there's evident uncertainty in your direction. Uncertainty, yeah, with one or the other, yes. And F plus is being shown. But even if you don't have an F plus, just go in, only the friendship. Well, there's a very strong attraction to be seen. But I'll explain that in a moment. Once we have the whole picture here, I would still like to add 2 more pieces. Oh, Amazing. So now I'll start here as well. Well, I'm quite impressed by the layout. I must honestly tell you, that's why it's definitely coming along. It's really, wow. So I have your person of the heart, what he doesn't show. I always have 1 or 2 secrets. What does 1 or 2 mean? I actually have it quite centrally with him in his main energy, because he indeed has an issue with the public. So if you have a friendship, what does if mean? We are in a friendship, you have a friendship. And there outside, it's kept a bit secret, not completely. Let's say you might have meetings more at your place, you at his or somewhere, but this completely free. In public, it's kept a bit secret what is between the two of you. And also, if you are in an F+, having an affair with each other, there's always a bit of secrecy around it. What he generally carries in his secret with him is his insecurity, and this restlessness too, because there is more. And there really is more, because more has developed. So I would say here we are out of this mode where you just have a simple friendship, because the friendship is actually not really being shown to me anymore. So your beloved person is already out of this level. I can tell you very clearly, because I have more than just a friendship here. As I said, the friendship is not being shown to me anymore. You understand each other super well. You have a balance. It does pop up here and there, yes, still, but that's his issue. From your side, maybe also a little nudge that you bring over this, what you stir up, let's put it that way. A bit of your pressure and impatience. And that you might be too much on him, or too fast, too much emotion, too much feeling. That's exactly what makes your loved one retreat again, because he can't handle that. It's too much, because he senses that there's something there, and he also wants the change. He just has this problem with himself, this insecurity. What should I do? Because, as I said, here it is such that there can be several factors outside. This, maybe you are already in a relationship and now have a friendship. So, and then this, always the public, oh my God, what will people think of me now? This, not daring. He doesn't have the courage, as we saw at the beginning. And that's where a little scaredy cat wants to lie as well. If you haven't been in a relationship yet, that's also the point. That he says, yes, it's been going on for quite some time between you two. And he himself actually doesn't know how and what. He can't assess it himself, because definitely more feelings have developed towards you. But you're moving a bit too fast here. Your beloved, I have more like, if he has to decide, more like in this pedestrian zone, in this area in motion. He wanders around here and there, sits down, drinks a coffee, or more, whatever. And you're just too fast here. You're speeding on the highway, on the Autobahn, unlimited speed, then briefly come back down to the country road, but you're too fast. He feels like you're running him over. And that's exactly the point here. You're too fast and also a bit too understanding at times. So you let him get away with everything a little bit. And it's like he would like to stay in this wave a little longer. But he does like to see you. So it's a struggle he's really having with himself now. Just this stubbornness, this not showing too much, because there's more. So there's no denying it. You can see it all yourself here, lying. And yes, if he said to you, no, love? No, just purely friendship. Well, I would say, boy, you're really lying to yourself. Something's going on here. Because he is happy with you. That's what keeps him going back and forth, because there are feelings of happiness. And this physical closeness is not just sex, it's not just physical closeness. If you don't have an affair with each other, I feel a very strong attraction. But that doesn't mean he only wants this attraction. That makes him a bit crazy, because he himself has also thought about it like, wow, no, it's clear. It's just sex, just this attraction. Yes, no, there's actually more, because then comes this home or something, these brief moments, also this spontaneous, this connection, this, if you were here now, it would be nice too. No. Or he's lying in bed on the couch watching TV, and then comes the memory, but nothing sexual, the allure, you know, and that's what always makes me a bit crazy. This, like now, I imagine she was next to me, how nice that would be. And then this very abrupt getting up, this wow, no, what's going on now? Or then quickly switch to something else on TV because he's looking for an excuse. Like, no, that was just a cheesy scene that was just playing here. So he's trying to fool himself a bit here. As I said, the definite fact is there are more feelings directed towards you. It's simply the exterior. So there should also be, because there's always a mystery about it. So let me put it this way. Should he perhaps also have contact or, yes, be in a relationship with someone else, have a friendship with someone else, or have other familial topics, so outside with others. These are just brief examples. As I said, they are in the collective, so I have to generalize it. And it's like this, that you are kept secret, that he has contact with you. So maybe superficially, well, there is occasional contact, but that you might have daily contact here, or that something has already happened here, that's kept secret. And he also keeps a bit of something secret from you. It's like this, he wants to break away here, he wants to get out of the whole thing, but it's like, I have him a bit in his comfort zone, also lying here. So he's not exactly the fastest of the group. So the thing with being fast, it's somehow, what's the word, really cool. That's how I have him lying here now. Because I have him moving very slowly, but as I said, very, very deep, strong feelings towards you. Because here I really have the feeling, I have this, from the friendship, you have so much with each other, so many commonalities too. And that's what regularly pops up again. Like this, he does something, and then it's like, all right, you would definitely like this too. Or, yeah, like, this would be exactly your thing now. Or you could do it together. He then gets startled again just before. She's like, what's going on now? And I always have these short moments with him. But as I said, more has developed there. It's not just friendship, but there's this love, the kindness has deepened. And you actually have a wonderful foundation with each other. Because in the end, when I look at this, I say, why aren't you in a relationship? If you weren't so scatterbrained, it wouldn't be a problem at all. Because the foundation fits completely. You both do each other good. He's just creating this massive problem for himself. He's building it up here. These are self-made difficulties that he sees here. Because I also see him being jealous. Just a little bit of checking. I don't see him stalking in your direction. But some contact does come, which makes him insecure again. Where he also has one or two worries. What is someone else doing? Is there someone, or what if he somehow loses you now? Because let me say, for quite a long time, he was very, very sure that you didn't have anyone else. But something like a premonition, and we've seen premonitions before, as we also have in the tarot, this premonition that is also shown that there might be something here. So maybe now the time has come, you might be, or you have been apart for a while, or you have been for quite some time. Single, as I said, he also has this premonition. Oh, now she might drift away from me a bit because he already knows that you want something more serious. So as I said, we have the moon, and with the moon, premonition is also shown. So this is what always occupies his mind a little. As I said, jealousy, yes. It could also be if you now perhaps have activities with someone else, maybe, which is the same hobby, or the same ritual, or something like going to the movies or to that one restaurant or whatever. And there I already have him lying a bit jealous because it doesn't suit him. But he is always in this doubt, in this withdrawal, because he keeps swinging back and forth. Sometimes we also have him a little bit like this. So, yes, like this, easily offended. Then it's also like this, because if everything doesn't quite work out properly, then he gets a little bit offended. So I have this sulking here. But despite everything, and that's why I was smiling a bit at the beginning when I said, wow, what a reading, because I have the committed relationship here. I still have a bit of back and forth. That's because there's a bit of something unspoken between you. You, as I said, want things to move a bit faster here. You are a bit quicker in movement. And as I said, quick is just this word. Okay, all right. There is also quick. Good. So as I said, I have him here. I have the relationship between the two of you. There are still a few unresolved issues. So I'm not saying that it will immediately turn into a relationship, because he has his problems to solve here, his issues to resolve. You maybe hear a bit more these emotions, this feeling, this overwhelm with your feelings or with your quickness a bit to take the pressure off. And then I am quite sure that the whole thing will turn around here, that it will go into complete certainty. Because as I said, right now it still fluctuates a bit for me. I have a bit of slow movement, but I say both of you can do something. As I said, you take the speed out, then he will also get more into his process, because we have seen this multiple times at the beginning. The changes and problems, conflicts will definitely be resolved here. So now let's see what else we have here. Ta-da! Oh, okay, let's start here. The best for last. 3 of coins. 3 of coins shows here. These are old behaviors that a loved one has. Maybe it really is like this. When I see here old behaviors, this when it's over once, if you've been in a relationship before, as I said, when it's over, something like that. Or no, if you have an F+ now, you don't do that. And these old behavior patterns, old behaviors will be overcome because your loved one will leave this old level they are not on, and you are too, because I also see changes for you, and both of you will meet again on a more mature level, a much better level, which is important for both of you, on a more mature, much better level. And that is what is completely, and that is what you don't see outside right now. But that is what is shown by the energy, this movement that wants to come here. And there is a learning process that you both have with each other. And it is increasingly about that because you already have teamwork and you are getting more and more into your teamwork. And from this aimlessness, the straight line is definitely shown as well. And such misunderstandings. He always has this misunderstanding with himself and sometimes in communication, because I have him a bit overdosed here as well. But as I said, there definitely comes progress. As I said, you meet each other on a level again. And it will also be quite sudden. It won't take long, but then it will be there. And tada, we have love. But look, we now have 1, 2, 3 times major arcana. Phew, I find that great now. We have the lovers in love. That is, you reach out your hands to each other, you look at each other. Of course, there is still a bit of something between the two of you. So there's still a bit that needs to be clarified here, yes. But love is already there from him. What is he hiding? Just don't say it. This camouflaging and deceiving, I see a bit of that in him here. This, no, I haven't. And no, I've met someone else, if he says something, because he keeps quite a bit secret here repeatedly. So, but as I said, you have a love for each other. It will be like that, because it's actually already the case. You stand by each other because you have an irresistible attraction. We have that here, we have that here. So there is definitely an attraction there. Because, I mean, he himself is sometimes a bit scatterbrained too. Or this restlessness, insecurity, because he feels this attraction again and again and can't handle it. So the way you think and your attitude that you have for yourself, and this kind of, but why? He can feel this love, think about it. That's not how I see him here. So for me, he is in short intervals where he thinks about it, of if he even gets to it. But he will also, because I have the change, as I said here, I have the bigger change, and the bigger change goes directly into the deep love between the two of you. So it's safe there. It's really like, boom, stamp on it. That's how it will be. According to this collective reading, and yes, now back to love. Heartfelt decisions are being made. You have an irresistible attraction. And the relationship between you is also shown. And that from the bottom of the heart, there is nothing superficial. And this will also be made official because we also have the spatial change, the domestic change, that it is truly acknowledged, hey, you are there. As I said, what the secret is now, we have a complete transformation. The change definitely lies here. The change, the transformation, the new beginning, the turn for the better, out of doubt, out of what was, and the old will be completely replaced. Well, my dears, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching, and I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Goodbye.